Welcome to the next video, compiling your code with batch files. Today we're going to look at deleting folders and copying files around. It's more complicated than you would think. Let's get into it. Another thing you might want to do is copy files from one folder to another. Xcopy to the rescue. If you're curious, you can go to your command line and type xcopy / You'll get some documentation for this. And it has a lot of stuff. Talk about over-engineering. The basic format is xcopy, source, destination. So let's give that a try. Let's make a new folder. Not exists build. Make dir build. That's where we're going to copy all our stuff. We can come down here to the good part. So this thing actually worked. What we want to do is we want to say xcopy. And then we're going to use this thing here. We're going to copy that. That's the source to ... remember, build, because we're in the bin folder. Will that work? Let's find out. Let's run this and see if it works. And indeed, it copied the file. However, let's run it again. Oh. Now it's asking if we want to overwrite it. We'll say yes here, but that's really not what we want to do. How do we fix that? If you look at the flags, we see right here, /y, suppress prompting to confirm if you want to overwrite the file. That sounds like what we want. Let's go ahead and go up to xcopy, and we'll say /y. So please don't ask again. Let's run this and see what happens. It worked. Can we run it again? We can, and in fact, it seems to be working fine. So let's see what happens if we remove the bin folder and we remove the build folder and run it again. What will happen now? That seemed to work just fine. Basically, deleting the folders is like doing a full clean refresh build. And I know this is very inefficient to delete the build folders every time and rebuild everything from scratch, but we're going to fix that in a bit. Let's say remove dir bin and remove dir build. So we'll just go ahead and delete everything before we start. What will happen? The directory is not empty. It looks like it didn't work. If we look at the help for remove dir, we can see it's a lot easier. There's a /s, which removes all directories. Let's try that. We'll say /s and /s. What is this going to do? Oh, are you sure? Yeah, are you sure? Okay, that's not good. I guess we should probably use the Q to quiet so it doesn't ask if we remove. So basically we need both flags. /s/q. Well, we can do a Q. Boom. All right. Boom. What happens now? And it worked. If we run it again, it worked. So here we are deleting everything every time we compile. There are lots of interesting flags for xcopy. One of them is this /i. If it does not exist and we're copying more than one file, assumes the destination must be a directory. So really, if we use this, you could use /i. We don't even have to make the directory. Let's see what happens. We could remove build. And then we could come over here and we could say /i. That should make the directory and then copy stuff into it. Anybody want to guess if it's going to work or not? Let's see what happens. Ah! Is it a file or directory? Well, we can say D, it's a directory. If we do that again, isn't it supposed to not do this? And this is something I ran into and it took me quite a while to figure out. If we look at this again, if it does not exist and we're copying more than one file, if we have more than one file, it should work. Could we copy everything? Well, let's try that. What if we said copy ** into build? Now just copy everything. What will that do? Well, that worked. So it copied main, it copied the object file, copied the library object file. How do we make it work with one file instead of a bunch of files? The answer is you simply have to make sure there's a slash at the end of the directory so Xcopy knows it's a directory. So even if it only has one file in it, it should still work. Let's see what happens. And it worked. It just copied one file. That one took me a little bit of time to figure out. I'm not going to lie. Stay tuned for the next episode. We're going to add some command line flags. Until next time, happy coding. Stay curious.